This film is to show how to fix the active aero spoiler on a Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4 by replacing the limit switches. Tools required: wire strippers, screwdriver that's small, screw gun or a regular screwdriver that's number 2 Phillips, set of wire cutters, 10mm socket and ratchet, a soldering iron, solder, and we have a drop light. So first step is to pop the hatch and remove the inner plastic cover. Then unplug the spoiler, connect the wiring harness to the body, and you'll have to take the black plastic caps off the 10mm nuts on each end. There are 7 10mm nuts, 2 on each side and 3 in the middle. Once you unscrew it, it would be helpful to have 2 people lift the spoiler off the car so you don't scratch your paint. Three more. Second person to help you lift the spoiler up so you can get stuck. You have to remove the wiring harness, ground it from the center, and pull it through. We'll lay the spoiler on our workbench. I will reposition here so we can see what's going on. So grab your screw gun. You'll want to remove all the rubber weather stripping from the spoiler and place it to the side. Now there's going to be 6 screws in the center and 2 on each side. Now these things are notorious for getting jammed up, which most likely this one will, so we'll pause the video for a second to get an impact screwdriver. Or we'll get the impact screwdriver and we'll see if we can get this done without pausing. In the great Northeast, we get rust, so we have to deal with it with the right tools to keep you from stripping out these screws. So looks like we're lucking out so far. Only got one that's stuck. Pull all the screws out. You set them to the side so you don't lose anything. So we're going to flip this mechanism over. Big hammer.
Big hammer.
Alright, impact screwdriver. Looks like we need vice grips. Yeah, a good set of vice grips?
Yeah.
Alright.
Needle nose or?
Not needle nose, anything that's like, it's got a strong, nice strong end to it. Alright, go with my wire strippers, I guess. Good wire strippers. Let's see that vice grips. A little easier. Started moving that beast. Let's see. Let's try the back screwdriver again. It's pretty rounded out now. Nope. Let's try the wire strippers again. These are the joys of working on these cars. There we go. These are the holdups of what you can encounter when doing these spoilers. Luckily we have some extra hardware so we can replace this guy. Even time lapse in this video. Now this spoiler before had worked once before it decided not to work. Oh, I was just pulling the whole threaded insert out of the spoiler. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's what it did. So that's going to stay in there. Alright, grab this, you can leave that plugged in, make it easy on yourselves. Now we're going to get right like that. You can still see what we're doing here. Just put it like that. Alright, now there's going to be some screws that hold the motor on, 3 to be exact. And these things are almost never tight, so. Pop those 3 screws out. Then to the side. And then you'll pull the motor up. And you can just flip it over. Now you're going to see the 2 limit switches here. And these guys are what's going to be bad. And this one's actually been replaced by somebody before, so. Or it's been updated. So because usually they don't have the rollers on it like the ones that we sell. You want to pop those screws out of those? So pop the screws out of those, let me grab the switches.
Screws out of both of them.
Huh? Yeah.
Screw that.
Yeah. Pop them both out. And these would be the new. These are the new switches that we sell. So it'll screw right into place. Yeah, just gotta make sure you push down real good on them because they're tiny. And they get screwed up pretty fast. Got our soldering iron ready. Fire that guy up. We got our solder ready. Wire strippers ready. Alright, now we got that apart. So now this motor will just kind of set to the side. And we got our switches. So you can start with one and work to the other. These may still be good because they were replaced once before. So you know, I always try to snip one, work with what you got, and then move on to the next one. This spoiler's definitely been updated at some point in time. It doesn't look original. So what we do is, with the one wire, first wire stripped, take your soldering iron and just run some solder on it, called tinning the wire. So that's got solder on it to start the process. Now you'll get the switch and you'll see which way it orientates. So it's going to be the end prong. So that it's always this prong here and this prong here. The middle one doesn't get used. You get solder and you can tin the prongs on these things as well, so that they are ready to receive wire. So you got the one wire stripped. That guy goes on this end here. So what you do is you bend the very end of the wire so you can hold it. Hold it there. With both having solder on it, they should just flow together like so. Let it cool. Make sure you have a good connection. Wiggle it around, and then do the same for the next wire. Strip a little bit off. Dust it up. Tin it. Notice we already tinned the wire on this, or the prong on this one. So you can hold it. Yeah, if you want to hold that wire. Sometimes you get the little helping hands help. And that'll go like that, and just let it dry, let it solidify. Okay. So we got two strong connections. And we do the same for the next one. Usually on a factory style one, they jump the common wire, the black wire, they jump from one to the other. But on this one, it must be an updated one from the dealer or something, because it definitely doesn't have that. That again, we checked orientation, tin the prongs on these guys. Yeah, you get lessons in soldering at the same time. So that guy goes on the roller side. Second one always gets you problems. Alright, that's good. Next one, snip. Twist. 10. Bend. This one was smaller than this. Oh, there we go. Let me have this one here. Let's see here. Alright. So those are like that. Get the steely. Maybe get screwed in. Oops. Screw this one right here. There we go. That's good.
Not quite there.
Alright. Screw those guys in there. Alright, don't go too tight. We'll have to rotate it.
Cut.
Got it?
Yep.
Alright, so now we got that going. Let's go in here. Where's our mess? Lay this guy back in place. There are screws. There's your gun. And these are Loctited in place from the factory, but for our purposes, now, we did this before we even tested the limit switches. We just replaced them because they're almost always bad. Got a lovely neighbor banging on it. So everything is back together in reverse. Clear all the tools off here, all the switches, solder. Flip this mechanism back over. Everything in there. Now you gotta line up. There's little white plastic pieces on the ends that have a metal tab, and they gotta line up into a certain spot. And they line up with the brass colored piece that's in there. They should be lined up because we haven't messed up with anything.
Drop down.
Yeah, just okay. Make sure they stay in place. So these guys gotta slide right into this arm. They will fall out occasionally. Just go at a little angle and pop right in. Now this one, since the screw insert was stuck on the screw from the spoiler, it's gonna make it a little bit more difficult to get it back together. But it will go. We will make it fit. The longer screws go in the ends. So we do those first. back on. So these guys are on these and rubber pieces can go on. Alright. Then we have these brackets. These brackets have a taller end and a shorter end. So they're going to sit taller end towards the, what would be the front of the spoiler to make them flat. So when you mount it to the hatch, it's flat. That one, this one. This one's going to be fun because of the threaded inserts also. Put that guy in, and we'll get to this guy. Have to hit it, get a little love, a little hammer action. So this one we gotta get a little. This one needs a little love tap. Don't try that at home. Alright. Now we're all set there. Rubber goes on. These are in the right places. These line up with the black tape marks on the bottom of the spoiler. And now we go to reinstallation of the spoiler. So we'll grab the spoiler, 2 people. Pull the hatch down a little bit. Use your flip with. Slide the wiring harness down. Pull the drum through. Alright. And we bring up the band. On there. Tighten up our nuts. Center. Plug the spoiler back in, and put these plastic caps on your nuts. Just slip. This guy has nuts, caps, and that's it. That's how you replace it. You just gotta put this plastic piece back on. And screw it. So you replace the limit switches on an active aero spoiler, 91 to 96 Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4.